The Seahawks are staring down a franchise-altering crossroads that could leave the backfield unrecognizable by the time kickoff rolls around. We are witnessing the potential end of the Kenneth Walker era in Seattle, and the replacement plan being whispered behind the scenes at the NFL Combine is nothing short of a blockbuster. If you thought this offseason was going to be quiet, think again, because the landscape of the NFC West is about to shift under our feet. Before we break down the shocking numbers and this potential trade, do me a massive favor. Hit that like button, share this with a fellow fan, and subscribe so you never miss a second of this breaking news coverage. Let's get real about Kenneth Walker. We all saw what he did over the final 6 weeks of the season. He looked like a human highlight reel. But as the smoke clears from the Combine, the insiders like Jeremy Fowler and Dan Graziano are painting a much bleaker picture for fans who wanted him back in a Seahawks uniform. It's starting to feel like the writing is on the wall. We've been tracking his market value since early February, and the buzz is reaching a fever pitch. Kenneth Walker is likely heading for the exit. It's a bitter pill to swallow, isn't it? We love the explosive plays, but we have to ask ourselves, is he truly a consistent, top-tier number one back in this league, or did we just witness a legendary hot streak? NFL front offices are notoriously cold-blooded, and while he's going to get paid like a superstar, the question is whether that paycheck should come from Seattle. When you look at the landscape of the league, you see names like Breece Hall potentially getting hit with the franchise or transition tag. If that happens, Kenneth Walker instantly becomes the undisputed king of the free agent running back class. The feeding chain is already forming. You've got the Texans, the Chiefs, and the Giants all reportedly circling like sharks in the water. Our front office, led by the ever-calculated John Schneider, has always been disciplined. They have a walk-away number. Rumor has it that number is hovering right around $5 to $10 million. If the bidding war pushes Walker into the double digits, which seems inevitable at this point, Seattle is going to let him walk. It's the Moff philosophy. Have a price, stick to it, and don't let emotions ruin your salary cap. Look at a guy like Travis Etienne. The production difference between him and Walker isn't as massive as the price tag difference is about to be. Walker is the name on the market right now, and that means someone is going to overpay. Question of the day. In just one word, how does the news of Kenneth Walker's likely departure make you feel? Drop that word in the comments right now. I want to see the raw reaction from the 12s. Personally, it's disappointing. You hate to see homegrown talent walk away just when they're hitting their stride. But you also have to respect the hustle. The man worked his tail off to earn this life-changing contract. If Seattle isn't the one to cut the check, we need a plan B, and that's where things get incredibly interesting. Enter David Montgomery. The latest word out of Detroit is that David Montgomery wants out of the Lions' Denver. Despite being a physical, reliable force, he's found himself playing second fiddle to Jahmyr Gibbs. Montgomery is 28 years old, carries a very reasonable $6 million cap hit for 2026, and is exactly the kind of veteran presence this locker room might need. The Lions are reportedly looking for a day 3 draft pick, specifically a 5th rounder. Now, here is the snag. Seattle doesn't have a 5th round pick. We traded that away in the deal for Rashid Shaheed. So how do we make this happen? John Schneider is going to have to get creative. Maybe it's a pick swap for 2027, or maybe we move a younger asset to bridge the gap. Think about the production we'd be getting. Last year, Montgomery had fewer carries because of the Gibbs breakout, yet his efficiency actually went up to 4.5 yards per carry. He's a touchdown machine in the red zone, punching in 8 scores last season. If we can land him for $6 million, we're saving $4 million compared to Walker's asking price. That's money that goes directly into securing the futures of cornerstones like Jackson Smith-Njigba or Devin Witherspoon. This move becomes even more vital when you consider the health of our backfield. Zach Charbonnet is recovering from a serious ACL tear, and as much as we hope for a speedy recovery, those injuries are unpredictable. Imagine a rotation where Montgomery carries the load while Charbonnet gets back to 100%, supported by guys like George Holani, Cam Akers, or even a late-round flyer from this year's draft. It turns a potential weakness into a position of veteran strength without breaking the bank. The logic is sound, the need is there, and the player is available. Should the Seahawks pull the trigger and trade for David Montgomery to replace Kenneth Walker? It's a move that could define the next 2 years of our offensive identity. We are standing on the edge of a massive free agency period, and these rumors are just the tip of the iceberg. The next few weeks are going to be absolutely frantic, and you can bet we'll be right here to break down every single transaction. Would you rather pay the premium for Walker's explosiveness or take the value and veteran stability of Montgomery? The debate is heating up, and the clock is ticking. Would you like me to generate an image of what David Montgomery might look like in a Seahawks uniform to go along with this script?